Hello? Oh, I made something. How do I play it though? VLC video source? That just crashed my OBS. Oh, it didn't. Okay. Playlist. Add a file. Video projects. Mass Effect. Yeah, this one. Don't loop. How do I do this? Okay. Transition.
Previously on this Mass Effect playthrough.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there.
Hold on.
He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander.
Ooh,
You've already done more than enough to jeopardize...
Okay, it's working. Hold on. I need to fix this. I can't hear it myself. Okay. No, 1600 by 900. 320. Fuck it. I'll just delete. No, don't delete that. Wait, so if I extend this and then transition, you should be able to hear it. Hold on, I'll open my own stream. See if it's working. Okay, if I play this, does this play?
Previously on this Mass Effect playthrough.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there.
Yeah.
He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander.
Okay.
You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. You and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
Now, that is what I call professional streamer. I'll have to figure out how to do that properly though. Okay, let's go. Exit studio mode. Load.
Sure is peaceful here. Big place.
This is what's bothering me about the Citadel. You just have, you know, this little area that's mapped out, but it just doesn't extend beyond this area. I mean, sure, they made that. Oops. And they made that. But it's just not connected. But it's fine, you know, it's a linear game, so... What's down here? That's dead ends. Computer console. Begin manual overrides. Captain Hendrickson reported some unusual energy readings during a patrol of the Argus Arrow cluster. She had particular concerns about the Hydra system but was recalled before her team could investigate further. No patrols are scheduled for that sector. Do you want to send in a recon team? Yes. Hello, Ashley.
Well, they built themselves quite the lake. Wonder if anyone ever drowned in it.
I like how the door opens when we're like all the way over here. Like, what if I just want to sit here? Just want to have a drink. But now it's... I guess it's the Citadel.
Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
Like how this is the first alien you're exposed to on a Citadel. Pretty much at all. There's been the Turians. I mean, yeah, I think I've only met Turians so far.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
Who's this Asari consort?
Curious, you have not heard. You must be new to the Citadel. Everyone knows Sha'ira, the consort. I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Compromised my authority as a diplomat. The Orc. What happens if I do this?
Good luck with your problem.
Thanks to you, human. Good day.
Thank you for the host, DOC.
Greeting, human. This is really not a good time.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response.
Yes, yes.
You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
What happened?
What did this Asari do to get you so upset?
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to
This
say,
fucking monster.
she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Where is she?
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here.
Okay.
Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human.
Oh, he's polite. Let's speak to this guy.
Please greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind.
Oh, thank you.
I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
Yeah, I have some questions. So I'm Commander Shepard, and apparently this is my very first time I see an Elcor. Despite me being, like, you'd think that I'm like Commander Shepard, like, in his status, like, at least knows a little bit about the galaxy. Let's ask about Elcor, whatever that means.
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
Well, he likes telling about history, so I'm gonna ask him about culture.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups. Though we are always welcoming to outsiders, our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
Let's ask him about his history.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and
Okay, but when was this?
one of the more active species living on this great station.
Like, how long ago, friends? Alright. Ambassador.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Elcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Let's ask
Why
him
do you
about the
explain what you're
elephant
about
in
to
the
say?
room, literally.
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
This guy's an asshole.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
Oh, nope. Alright, let's talk to the knob.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
Thank you.
Earth Clan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Wow, jealous.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Dan. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, Earth Clan?
Wow, fucking asshole. Why so cranky?
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
What does chastising even mean? And rebuke, for that matter. Alright, well, since you seem to be so proud, tell us about yourself.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, Earth Clan.
Alright, well, let's start with the most boring part then, the culture.
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is
Okay, he's right, this does
changing.
bore me.
Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
Alright, history then.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel
Okay, so long
shortly
ago.
after the
Wait,
Asari
no.
and Salarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the council.
Poor guy. Let's talk about the ambassador.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the council.
Chastising rebuke, Dan. The council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The Earth Clan will be invited to the council long before our species will.
Why aren't the Volus or Elcor part of the council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the council. All but the Earth Clans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
But how must they prove themselves? I asked him about the ambassador, so the embassy is
What is this place?
remaining.
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door.
Yeah, that's
in
once
his
I
own
came.
office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
This guy, what an asshole.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, Earth Clan.
Oh, hello. What are you? What is that? Oh, that thing has numbers on it. Oh, dead ends door. Boom. Embassy receptionist. Who is she saying that to?
Good day, Commander. The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the right.
Yes, I know. That's once I came. Commander?
You know who I am?
Yes, I receive reports on all newly arrived dignitaries and notable people.
Wow, stalker. Location.
What is this place?
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at the Citadel embassies. If you have more questions, please access Avina.
What's that?
Oh, Avina
Ooh.
is the virtual guide for the Citadel. Feel free to access the terminal yourself.
How did I make it all the way to the embassy without like encountering all this stuff when I got off the ship? Like, Shepard is a bit daft, I think. Personal question, let's romance
What's your
her.
name? What do you do here?
My name is Safiria. I'm the administrative assistant for the embassies.
You seem to be distracted.
The embassies are the hub of all Citadel politics. When you represent trillions of citizens, it tends to get a little busy.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
Yeah, you too. Let's see what you have to say, Ashley.
This place is a little too...
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
I should probably respond to that. Diplomat.
I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic.
Cool.
Don't you just love it here? There's so much to see and do.
Yeah, and you're here stuck in your
The
office.
ambassadors here are very respectful. Except for that Volus. I've met the most interesting people since I started working here. I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic.
Hello there, sir.
I can't tell the aliens from the animals.
Yeah, likewise.
Human, delighted, welcome. It is good to meet
What's your name, sir?
Ah, you humans are a wonderful sight here on the Citadel. It is good to see you, human. I sincerely hope you enjoy your time here.
I feel he's not being very genuine because he's not like
I certainly hope
prefixing his sentences with an emotion. Okay, that one he does. Alright, next door. That's once I came. What's going on here? Who are you?
Commander Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
Go where I want. Oh.
I came on my own. I need information.
You humans are always so curious, always sticking your fingers into someone else's pie. Is that the right expression? Never mind. Forget I asked. Was there something you needed, Commander?
Yeah, who are you?
I get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are eager to take all the power you can get, and you're being given a lot. If the Council wants to make humanity their new favorite pet, that's their business. But I don't have to like it.
We're not favorites.
The Council treats us like second-class citizens. We have to fight for everything we get.
Good. Then fight for it. But don't expect the rest of us to just sit back and let you take it. I'm a busy man, Commander.
Oh, we are not. Let's talk about the Spectres.
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the Council, or so they like to be called. More like the underhanded side of the Council.
Still don't know who this guy is.
What do you have against the Spectre?
I can't abide any organization that considers itself above the law. Especially when it's left up to each individual Spectre to decide when and how to bend the rules.
Sometimes you have to bend the law to keep people safe.
I've been with CSEC for 30 years. I've never had to break the law to do my job, not once.
Yeah, right. You expect us to believe none of your officers are corrupt?
Oh, hi, Ashley.
There are over 200,000 CSEC agents. Some of them are going to be bad. But we don't turn a blind eye to corruption like the Spectres do. We do our best to find and punish any officer who breaks the law. Spectres. They'll never come under that kind of scrutiny.
Yeah, they're important.
The galaxy needs people like that. People who do the dirty jobs.
I agree. But they need to be held to a higher standard. They need to be accountable. Saren's out of control. We both know that. But because he's a Spectre, the Council doesn't want to do anything about it.
How do you know about that? Who are you?
The kind of person this galaxy needs.
No.
But not all Spectres are like Saren.
True. But the potential is always there.
Alright, let's ask about
Tell me about
CSEC.
CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel. We're a civilian government agency, though many of our members have had military training. Of course, as the CSEC representative to the Council, I spend most of my time liaising between the two.
Ah, so he's a CSEC rep. Okay, I gotcha. Thank you. It only took 3 questions to figure that out. Investigation.
Tell me about your investigation into Saren.
Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit of giving out
How
details
does
about
Shepard
our
know this guy is?
investigations.
I don't. First he doesn't know his way around the Presidium, and now he suddenly knows this random guy. It's just like...
I'll be going.
Okay, well, whatever.
Goodbye, Commander.
Thank you, Palin. Loot. Diplomatic advisory warning. The following message was... Good music. The following message was transmitted from an untraceable account to multiple recipients across the extranet. Further monitoring of the situation is warranted. My fellow biotic, you have been selected to receive this transmission because of our shared plight. Few understand us, fewer tolerate us. We must stand together. We must build our own new world. Come, join us in the Hawking Eta cluster. Only as one body can we right the wrongs done to our kind. They've built a past blah blah blah. Wonder if anyone ever drowned in it. She talks fast. Loot, diplomat.
This place seems strange. Wish there were more humans around.
I mean, I think you're being a bit of a bitch, but okay.
You have to be tough with these aliens. They won't respect you otherwise.
Yeah, fair.
It's good to see another human face around here.
Yeah, there's one sitting right... standing right there.
If I have to listen to another Hanar take 20 minutes to say the simplest thing, I think I'll scream. This place seems strange. Wish there were more humans around.
Who are you?
Don't believe the rumors. The consort would never reveal her secrets.
Of course she wouldn't. She'd be tossed out the nearest airlock if she did.
I suppose. Besides, Nick, the consort's nothing like the girls back on the colonies. She's...
You don't have to do it with her. You can just talk to her if you want.
Is that all you did, Jazz? Just talk?
I didn't say that.
Ha! I bet you did too.
Shut up, Fredericks.
Yeah. Classic tough guy. Alpha
What do you
male.
want? Oh, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Relax, Private. This isn't an inspection.
Who is
Right,
that?
sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
The consorts. Yeah, let's be nosy.
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... That is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you, Fredericks?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Thanks, kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
Okay.
I will. Have fun, that is.
Ah, alien.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
Okay.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy. I don't have
Okay,
time to
so
talk
we're
now.
talking later. Who are you? Bartender? What do you have for
Hello,
sale?
Commander. Can I get you something?
Why not?
What have you got?
Information, mostly. Would you like to know about some points of interest nearby?
What kind of bartender are you? Fill me in.
What's going on around here?
Well, you found the embassies. Not much going on here. Across the bridge, you'll find the bank, the Emporium, and Shaira's. If you haven't heard of her, you soon will. If you need supplies, you can try the markets one level below. For entertainment, I try Flux or Cora's Den.
Cool. Let's ask about this
What
woman.
is Shaira's?
The consort, she entertains clients who can afford her services. Most of the diplomats and ambassadors have visited her at one time or another. She's a very powerful woman, but also very respected.
Alright.
Tell me about Flux and Cora's Den.
Well, Flux has gambling and dancing, certainly more lively than this place.
Oh, yes.
Cora's Den, on the other hand, well, let's just say it's livelier and deadlier, all at the same time.
Sounds great.
Goodbye.
Let's go to
So
Cora's
long,
Den.
Commander.
Yeah,
Have a
whatever.
pleasant day.
You too.
This place is a little too perfect. They're hiding something.
Alright, so what have we learned? There is a consort, Shaira. And there's a CSEC investigation. And there's some places.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
Fine.
Greetings and welcome to the Presidium. My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel space station.
Are you real?
So are you a person or a program?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
Sounds interesting.
Give me the tour.
Oh
You are
god.
standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters.
Yeah, that's what I knew.
On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
Cool. Let's ask about the Citadel Council.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Salarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion. Since then, the three council races have worked together to ensure the peaceful coexistence of the galactic community, while preserving individual autonomy for each species.
Sounds too perfect.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
That means he's been asked that question before. Let's ask about the Spectres.
Do you know anything about Spectres?
The term Spectre is derived from the branch of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is handpicked by the Council.
Shepard should know
Their
this.
primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations that cannot be handled through normal political channels. In this role, they are granted extraterritorial rights and jurisdictions. Spectres answer to no law or authority except the Council itself.
Imagine being the Citadel Council and you promote a guy to the Spectres who's never even heard of them. Let's talk about CSEC.
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC, but individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
Cool. Now, let's ask for the embassies.
Tell me about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volus were the first non-council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384 galactic standard years ago. As Citadel space has expanded, more embassies have been added. The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
Why? Why were we being opposed?
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Some species felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy. The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space was significant enough to warrant an embassy.
Oh, ask the robot about an opinion.
Do you agree with their decision?
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified
Yeah,
judgment. My
Shepard
code
is
is
a dog.
limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
How come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
In the early years following the formation of the Council, the Volus were, apart from the Asari and Salarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space. They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a
There
standardized
is like
galactic economy, the Volus were
an
granted
extra
embassy
tone
here
in
on
her
the Citadel.
voice, like an extra note real low that you can only hear when the music is off.
Why weren't they made a council race?
The Council races have extensive responsibilities. They must provide personnel and ships for the Citadel fleets. They often provide economic aid in times of disaster. It would be unfair to demand such an enormous burden of a species unable to meet these obligations. The embassies allow lesser species to have a voice on the Citadel.
That's pretty damn arrogant.
I apologize if my personality has offended you. Please submit all formal complaints in writing to the Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using Avina. Please enjoy your visit to the Citadel.
Stupid robot. What are you doing? You're just waiting, I guess, for someone. I think, You have to prove to Citadel Council that Saturn, one of the Spectre agents, has gone rogue. Go to the Citadel Tower. Alright. Let's go, let's go. Cool. It's the tall white structure far to your left across the plaza, houses and blah blah. All of this is a tall white structure. I guess it's this thing. Ooh. This way. Oh. I think this is the wrong way. Yeah. Oh, that's not even open. You must talk to the council to gain access to the wards. Alright. I'm not sure why I need the council to give me access to like the slums of the Citadel, but okay.
Look at that bug thing over there. What's it doing? I can't tell the aliens from the animals.
Please do not disturb the keepers. Please do not disturb the keepers. Please do not disturb the keepers.
Fine.
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 2. You are standing near the base of the Citadel Tower, one of the Presidium's most recognizable and important structures. Behind me is the spectacular Relay Monument, a scale model representation of a Prothean mass relay. To your left is one of the keepers, the enigmatic caretakers of the Citadel, working on a control panel. You may see keepers involved in various tasks throughout all levels of the Citadel. We ask that you do not interfere with them in any way. The keepers are essential to the smooth operation of the Citadel.
Who
Obstructing
asked?
their daily work will result in harsh penalties, including incarceration and rehabilitation.
If I asked about the keepers, will she just repeat the same thing? Let's do it.
I'd like to know more about the keepers.
Little is known about these peaceful servants of the Citadel, though they are essential to the operation and maintenance of the entire station. Citadel regulations protect the keepers against interference during the performance of their tasks. Failure to comply will result in harsh penalties. Keepers can be seen in all sections of the Citadel, but are typically found in and around the tower.
Any particular reason there are so many keepers in this area?
The keepers do not communicate with other species. It is assumed, however, that the tower houses the Citadel's primary control systems. Many of the station's systems, such as navigation and life support, function automatically. It is believed the keepers operate those systems from inside the tower's inaccessible core. The keepers also make frequent appearances in the council chamber itself, though they appear to be just passing through on their way to some other destination.
Fancy. What is the Citadel Tower?
Tell me about the Citadel Tower.
Housing both the council chambers and Citadel control, the tower is one of the most important buildings on the station. Access to these areas is restricted to those with the appropriate clearance.
That's me.
What happens in Citadel Control?
Citadel Control handles all incoming and outbound transit. Every ship within 2,000 kilometers of the Citadel is under the jurisdiction of Citadel Control. At peak capacity, they are responsible for monitoring upwards of 1,000 vessels.
Isn't the Citadel itself? Okay, well, no, it's only a few. 2,000 is a lot. But not in space, like 2,000. Well, it's the Citadel is on like 5 or so, I think, 20. The council chambers.
I'd like to hear more about the council chambers.
The business of the Council, which often has far-reaching effects on the galactic community, is conducted in a room at the apex of the Citadel Tower. The Council chambers themselves are truly a magnificent sight to behold, though few get to experience the view in person. Typically, only the Councilors, Ambassadors, and high-ranking officials, along with various support staff, are allowed access.
It's not open to the
What
public?
if someone has business with the Council?
The average citizen must go through the proper channels if they wish an audience with the Council. This is usually arranged through their respective ambassadors. Even then, few are given access to the actual Council chambers. In most cases, the ambassador acts on behalf of the citizen.
I've been asked to go there.
I'm scheduled to have an audience with the Council.
Only a handful of visitors to the Citadel are ever granted that privilege. I would be jealous, but that is outside the scope of my program.
For fuck's sake. The relay monument?
Tell me about the relay monument.
Discovered by the Asari who first arrived at the Citadel, the relay monument is one of the station's most interesting and controversial features. What is the meaning behind this striking piece of art? Is it a tribute to Prothean vanity? A reminder of their conquest of the galaxy through mass relay technology? Or perhaps it is a symbol of unity, a Prothean acknowledgement that the relays would eventually lead other species here to the Citadel. No one can say for sure, making the relay monument a favorite topic of discussion among academics and scholars.
Okay, so has no one taken a closer look at it to see if, you know, there's something inside, like hardware or something?
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
And now there's lights on it. That means it's functional, right? Like when you came here, did you not tear this thing open?
Art doesn't normally do much for me, but that relay statue, I like.
Yeah, it does kind of look cool.
Anyone else hear that low hum? Sounds like it's coming from that statue. Makes my teeth tingle.
Okay, especially with that hum, like the first thing you do when you arrive at the Citadel is tear open this thing, right? Well, I guess you tear open like some other thing, but then this thing. Alright, let's go meet the Council. Ooh, please do not interfere with the keepers.
Please do not disturb the keepers.
Cool. Oh, ramen.
The Council isn't going to ask me any questions, are they?
I doubt it. We've made our reports. Now we just have to trust Ambassador Udina.
No, we don't, sir.
Oh yeah, I can see the motion blur. I'm not too bothered by it. Good elevator ride. Enjoy your ramen, OC. Garrus.
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the Council. Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
How did he get here before I did?
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vicarian. I was the officer in charge of the CSEC investigation into Saren.
You blew it. You don't like Saren.
Sounds like you really want to bring him down.
I don't trust him. Something about him rubs me the wrong way. But he's a Spectre. Everything he touches is classified. I can't find any hard evidence.
I think the Council's ready for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you.
Ooh, nice.
You don't want to keep the Council waiting.
Alright, Garrus, whoever you may be, you blew it. Cool fountain.
I bet all these staircases aren't just for show. They make for good defensive positions if this place is ever attacked.
I like the fountain.
Yeah, me too. Good job, Kaiden. You've just earned yourself a point. You agree with my opinion. Keeper.
trees?
Could be.
You sure have to climb a lot of stairs to reach the council. I think that's supposed to be symbolic of their importance.
Rapid transit, we don't do that. Who are you?
No, I'm waiting to speak with one of the council's assistants. Commander.
Okay. Shepard. No one here.
I like that fountain.
No, I just want to ask a couple of questions.
Alright.
The hearing's already started. Come on.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Council is gonna destroy
the Geth
us.
attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard. The one who let the beacon get destroyed.
How did you get involved?
The mission to Eden Prime was top secret. The only way you could know about the beacon was if you were there.
With Nihilus gone, his files passed on to me. I read the Eden Prime report. I was unimpressed. But what can you expect from a human?
See, he hates us. You pay insults, typical.
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
You arrogant bastard.
Saren's hiding behind his position as a Spectre. You need to open your eyes.
What we need is evidence. So far, we've seen nothing.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
Yeah, I'm kind of with the council on this one, actually. You know, if I were in their position, you know, I know what Shepard knows, but if I didn't, you won't see the truth. No, what's the point? You won't see the truth.
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
How do you know Saren?
Tell me about this history between you and Saren.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad.
Suddenly his car voice is all calm.
We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
Now what?
What's our next step?
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
I'll talk to him.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
The captain deserves better.
Just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
The ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Alright.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Any other leads?
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
Alright, so I can talk to Garrus, Harkin, Barla Vaughn.
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way, innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience, no hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
He's a monster.
Killing innocents doesn't end wars, it causes them.
I know how the world works, Commander. Sometimes you're forced to make unpleasant decisions. But only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
I've already called him a monster. That is a lot of people to ask about. I'm just going to grab something to drink real quick, and also I got a message on my phone that I probably need to reply to, so be right back. Do you have it? Yeah, I did install it, I think. I have never played the DLC for this, so I'm actually kind of curious. Alright, let's just go clockwise order, counterclockwise orders. Let's start with the Shadow Broker.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game. And the Shadow Broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics, doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to anyone, not directly. He's just a resource of the news, or she is. Or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
Didn't I ask this already? Let's ask about Barla Vaughn.
Tell me about Barla Vaughn.
He specializes in moving large sums of money without leaving a paper trail. A financial genius. Doesn't do anything illegal, but he knows all the loopholes. He's got an impressive client list. Ambassadors, diplomats, specters. That's probably why the Shadow Broker uses him.
Specters?
I want to know more about the Specters.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
Oh, Jesus. What if one goes too far?
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue? Like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select their candidates. But when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
Ooh, how are they organized?
What's the command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on
Why do
specific
they
missions.
do
Other
that
times,
thing where they
act
walk
on
to the
their own.
left and then back
They
again?
tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
You can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Spectres aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done. Like you. They've been watching you for years.
And yet I don't even know what a Spectre is.
They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give him a final recommendation. But with him gone, things are still up in the air.
They sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about them is classified. We don't even know how many there are. The latest Alliance estimate puts their numbers under 100. But the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense, the final option before open war. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know something big is about to happen.
Cool. Let's ask about Harkin.
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
I protect him.
The guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human CSEC officers. Guess it would have looked bad if he got fired. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics is a dirty business sometimes.
Yeah, makes sense.
But it
also
looks like
doesn't.
his time's run out. We've got enough humans in CSEC now to stop protecting him.
I thought this embassy was supposed to help humans.
Harkin may be human, but he's also an ass. He's had more than his share of chances. If the embassy wasn't protecting him, he would have been fired 15 years ago. CSEC is better off without him.
Alright.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
We're too independent.
Maybe they'd let us join the Council if we were more willing to cooperate with the other species.
Of course they would. If we did everything they told us to, they'd love to have us on the Council. But it wouldn't be much of a deal for us.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna do.
I understand their side. They don't want us dominating the Council. It's founded on cooperation and alliances. But we have to look out for our own interests too.
Alright. Why do we bother?
Who cares if we get a seat on the Council? What's the big deal?
If the Council passes a ruling on an interstellar matter, we have to follow it. We don't have the fleets or political allies to defy them. Once we get a seat on the Council, we'll be able to influence those rulings. Protect our own interests. No more jumping through hoops whenever we want something. Take this mess we're in now. If humanity had a seat on the Council, we'd just send the Citadel fleet out to take care of Saren and his Geth. Problem solved.
Yeah. But, nope.
I should go.
Good luck, Shepard. I'll be over in the ambassador's office if you need anything else.
Alright. Let's talk to Harkin, I guess, or Garrus. Let's talk to whoever we find first. What's that?
You sure have to climb a lot of stairs.
I already said that.
I think that's supposed to be symbolic of their importance.
I bet all these staircases aren't just for show.
I think Ashley is a better point here. Who are you?
That guy's up to something.
What guy?
Oh, Joe.
The one over by the keeper.
What? Oh, no, I wasn't. Never mind. Yes, is there something you want?
Why are you so interested in the Keepers?
Keepers? I've got no interest in the keep...
Don't get coy. I know what I saw.
I'm not so sure I should be talking to you about this.
Relax, dude.
Just tell me what you're doing. I'm not here to get you into trouble.
All right. I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm using a small scanner to gather readings on the Keepers. So far I've had mixed results. I find it difficult to get near the creatures.
Why were you being so secretive about it, though?
That is the left answer.
Technically, we're not supposed to disturb the Keepers. I don't really think my scanning disturbs them, but the authorities might disagree. I'd like to do it more openly, but it's not really worth getting arrested over.
Hello, this is Alexei. Alright, I want to help.
I could help you out. I'm not worried about the authorities.
I don't even know who you are.
I'm with the Alliance.
I'm Commander Shepard, with the Alliance military.
Well, I suppose I could use the help. You'll need this. It's the scanning device I developed. Activate it each time you see a Keeper. All collected data will
let's go.
upload to my database. I'll even send a few credits your way for each unique scan.
Why?
What are you doing with the data once you've scanned it?
Trying to learn whatever I can about the Keepers. We see them working everywhere, yet we know so little about them. I'm a scientist. I want to know what makes them tick.
Alright.
I should get going then.
Yes, I have much work myself. So long, and good luck with the scanning.
Bye-bye. Whoop. Let's get back upstairs and find some Keepers, 'cause I don't know where they are. Keepers? There must be a Keeper here somewhere, right? Ooh. Yeah. You could climb on this.
This is it. The very heart of the Citadel. The pinnacle of galactic power. Kinda makes your head spin if you think about it too much.
Hello. That's just a texture.
I like that fountain. Very soothing.
So, this is where the Council passes judgment on all us little folk, huh? Ever get the feeling we're in over our heads, Commander?
Yep.
What are those, cherry trees?
This is a dead end. Alright, no Keepers, only the one. Alright. I think there's a Keeper somewhere. I think this guy might be able to talk now.
No, I haven't spoken. Commander?
No. Ah, here's one. Oop. Gonna walk in between the people.
Commander?
Commander. Admiral. Is there a Keeper over there? I think that's just a chair. Fountain. There's a Keeper over there, I think. There's nothing here.
Don't be ridiculous. The Volus won't be joining the Council for years.
I'm not so sure. The humans are making a strong push, and you can bet the Volus will be right on their coattails if they succeed.
Allowing the humans to join us is a sound strategic move. For the Volus? No. The Hanna are likely to be next, then the Elcor.
You may be right, though the Hanar need to lighten up a bit first.
You just don't like them because you have trouble understanding them.
Why do I always do that? It's just a habit now. Whoop. Ooh. I think that's all the Keepers up in the tower. Oh, it's just Gaiden.
I bet all these staircases aren't just for show. They make for good defensive positions if this place is ever attacked.
Alright, let's go.
smug Turian runs around with his Geth troopers.
That's politics, Chief.
I hate politics.
She should be the next ambassador. Oh yeah, that hallway. Of the gap in the middle that you can jump down. Sounds very good to have in front of a place where people get stupidly drunk. Ooh, scan. Okay, we've talked to you.
Please do not disturb the
Yeah.
keepers.
Sure is peaceful here.
Ambassador Williams.
Please do not disturb the keepers.
This one believes it has the right to move freely through this area. You're creating a public disturbance. It's against Citadel regulations.
This one is unsure why the other would not wish word of the Enkindlers to be spread.
I wonder what the nice route for this mission is.
Do you desire to learn of the Enkindlers? Or has the Honorable CSEC officer enlisted assistance?
Are you having trouble?
Why is the CSEC officer harassing you? The CSEC officer requests that this one purchase an evangelical permit to spread the truth of the Enkindlers.
What are Enkindlers?
Who are the Enkindlers? Your people know them as the Protheans. They are the true creators of this one's people. The Enkindlers raised the Hanar from ignorance into consciousness by granting this one's people the gift of speech.
Cool. What is the legality of preaching?
So you're breaking the law by preaching without a permit right now? The CSEC officer states that preaching in this place is forbidden, and preaching anywhere on the Citadel requires a permit. This one humbly submits that it is not preaching to state the truth of the Enkindlers, and thus no permit should be necessary.
Oh my god.
If that's all the CSEC officer wants, why not just buy the permit? The truth of the Enkindlers is universal. This one humbly believes that the truth should not be suppressed. Exacting payment as a means of imposing limits upon the truth is an abrogation of this one's religious freedom.
How do you like even counter that argument? Like, this guy is so far up in his head, right? He just... I'd like to
Let me
help.
talk to the CSEC officer. Perhaps I can explain the situation. This one would be most grateful for the assistance. Please let this one know if success is achieved.
That Hanar refuses to listen to reason. Why can't it act in an orderly and lawful manner?
Let the Hannah talk, man.
I think you should let the Hanar preach in the Presidium.
The Presidium is a place of culture and respect. It should not be filled with zealots shouting their idiocy. Why should the jellies get special treatment? Every other species understands and obeys the laws.
Alright, goodbye.
I'll be back.
I don't care what you have to do. Just get rid of that Hanar. That Hanar refuses to listen to reason. Why can't it act in an orderly and lawful manner?
Be more open-minded.
You should be more tolerant. It's just trying to express its beliefs.
I am not unreasonable. The Hanar is free to spew its nonsense once it purchases an evangelical permit.
Investigate. What's the rules of the
So
permit?
if the Hanar gets a permit, it's allowed to preach?
No. Registered evangelicals must follow regulations. There are specific areas where preaching is legal. Failure to follow the regulations results in the forfeiture of the license.
What's the purpose behind the evangelical permits?
Forcing religious evangelicals to register for a permit weeds out undesirables. It keeps the area safe. The Citadel is too important to become a battleground for a religious war.
It also kinda reeks of censorship to me, but then again it's a religious permit, so I don't really give a shit. Arrest it.
Why don't you just arrest the Hanar?
I could arrest the jelly, but my superior has requested that I find a solution that does not anger the Hanar. The Hanar become vocal when they feel their religious beliefs are being suppressed.
I'll talk to it. You're pathetic.
If you'd like, I could talk to the Hanar for you.
I have argued with the stubborn jelly all afternoon. You are certainly welcome to try.
Alright, I need more Paragon points, I think. India? Right. I'm full. I guess I'll come back here later. How do you even get the big stupid jellyfish line? I guess it's just one of the bottom options. Maybe I need to get Spectre status before I get anything there. Ashley, you adrenaline bursts. Ooh, hell yeah. Regenerates health. Sounds useful. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Assault training. Yes. She's gonna fuck shit up. Kaiden. I saw a keeper here that I should probably scan. It isn't. Scan. There's a bench right here, sir. You should probably sit on that. Alright. I'll scan some keepers. Actually, I don't have any need to go back to the embassies and all that yet, so I'll just scan keepers down here. And then the side on the other end of the lake, I'll save for later as well, and I'll just go into the wards and see if I can find Garrus or something.
Big place.
Yeah, dude. Whoa! A lever or a Reich. It's cool. I hope this thing does not go as fast as it did when it came up here. Okay, good.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
Well, can't argue with that, I guess. I don't think I would want to live on Eden Prime after hearing it's been destroyed by a big flying lobster ship. Quick save failed. Something tells me that it didn't fail, but rather the game just didn't try. Alright, let's go in here. I don't know my way around here anymore. Where does this go? Doesn't say. Keeper? No loot. Who are you?
One sec. Looking you up.
I didn't even say my name.
Commander Shepard, here with the Alliance military. First time on the Citadel, that about right?
Yep.
How did you know all that?
I'm the CSEC requisitions officer. I need to make sure our buyers are authorized. So, will you be purchasing anything today, Commander Shepard?
Yeah, sure.
Show me what you've got.
Excellent. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Aldrin Labs license for the Normandy, yes. Unique item grenade upgrades. Increases maximum number of grenades. Ah, yes. What's this? Heavy armor. Biotic amp. Aldrin Labs is providing basic reliable equipment at an affordable cost. Has made them as a primary supplier of armor, omni tools, blah blah. That's not the information I was looking for. Duration bonus, power bonus, cooldown bonus. I'm sorry, but I think that's a bit expensive for something that doesn't really. Jesus. Do I have anything to sell? Okay, let me do my inventory first. Inventory. Not Kaiden. Ashley. Ashley has an assault rifle. She has a good assault rifle. Let me see if I can get an assault rifle. Meh. It's pretty useless anyway. For him too. Fuck Kaiden anyway. I guess I have to put up with him for a little bit longer. Big stupid lobster ship. Which one is worth more money is what I wonder. Ooh. Ooh. Alright. I wanna actually equip that on my pistol. What does chemical do? Ooh. Anti-personnel. You're not getting anything. Ashley, shotgun. I think I'll give you one of those. I don't really care about my own shotgun, I guess. There. Ashley, do you want any upgrades for your shotgun? No? Nah. Nah. Pistol. Already done that. Sniper rifle. That's the same. Armor. Ooh. Looking good. Looking good there, Ashley. Kaiden. Kaiden's fashion sense is a bit weak. High explode modified to maximize that blast radius. Hell yeah! Okay. Alright, I'll sell everything else except for maybe my ammo upgrades. Pistol upgrades. Alright.
Hello, Commander.
I need supplies.
Show me what you've got.
Excellent. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Sell. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. I have money now. That is the money I have, not the money I'm selling that shit for. Okay. That is a bit of a disappointment. I was like, oh, I get like $1,000 for every one of these. But, no. Okay, yeah, that is a bit of a... I'm gonna need more money. Ooh, let's look at... What are you doing? Looking fancy.
Nice to see so many humans working for CSEC.
Yes. Oh. Oh, okay. I have a feeling there should be someone in this chair.
Okay, let me get this straight. Your business partner, Shepard, he's threatened you?
Well, no, not exactly. But he wants to meet with me. I think he's going to kill me.
And why do you think that?
I can't really get into the details. But Shepard will kill me if I leave here unprotected.
I can't help you. Not unless you give me something more to go on.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Then I've got other work to do. But nothing. Don't bother me unless you're willing to give me details.
Dodgy, sketchy.
Hey there. Oh, you're not CSEC, are you? Did you
I overheard you.
What were you trying to explain to the officer before?
My colleague is trying to kill me, and I thought we were friends.
Kill you? That's a serious claim.
How do you know he wants you dead?
He's changed. He won't talk to me at work anymore, and he started following me. Yesterday, he followed me all the way home, just waiting for a chance. I don't care what anyone thinks. He wants me gone.
I know it. I can't help you. How can I help you?
Is there something I can do? Talk to your friend, maybe?
Would you? That's all I want. Someone to talk to him. Tell him to leave me alone. He thinks he can just push me around, but you'll show him, won't you?
Sure, I'll talk to him.
Just tell me where he is and I'll go find him.
Oh, right. Well, he wanted to meet with me down in the wards near the markets. He said he just wanted to talk, but I know better. His name's Shepard. He's a Solarian. You shouldn't have any trouble. He's just a scientist.
Shepard? That's the guy who asked us to scan the Keepers.
The Keepers? Well, even more reason to go after him. That's against regulations.
I better look into this right away.
Good bluff.
Find out what he's up to.
Anything's possible with Shepard these days. Well, good luck.
Hello, Assassin. Hello, Retro. I mean, the remaster. I mean, stuck. It's.
Hello, Commander.
Probably just going to be, you know, like this. With like maybe a fidelity upgrade. I like the main like thing about the remaster right now that I can think of is that it's just going to be a lot easier to just get the DLC, because that's, you know, a bit of a pain, and also maybe like seamless transitions from one Mass Effect into the other. I don't know, I can wish, but I don't expect much from it. I don't think it'll be bad, it's just like, will it be good? Maybe. Haha. What is this? Did they really just forget to finish this room, BioWare? Tracking terminal. Tracking terminal. Weapons locker. I would take another Mass Effect, like, in the Milky Way. It wouldn't be with Shepard, I suppose, but... Who are you?
Oh, there you are. Have you spoken with Shorben yet?
Where is Shorben again?
Oh, I think you'll find him down in the wards, near the markets. Good luck.
But, my faith in, like, games companies, especially big ones, in, like, this decade has, dwindled quite a lot. Yeah, exactly. I have no idea. This is an elevator, isn't it? Wasn't Garrus supposed to be here? Wait, there's another elevator. This one leads to the flight deck, right? Can I go there? Whoop. Beep, boop, 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 boop,
So,
boop.
Williams, you happy you signed on with Commander Shepard?
I'm not sure, Lieutenant. Every time I think I have a handle on things, the universe bank's hard to port.
Well, don't let anybody know. A big gun and a confident attitude will get you through a lot in life.
Thank you for your wisdom, Kaiden. No, not where I wanted to go. Let's go, guys.
Those Asari commandos are impressive. Lightly armored, but their speed more than makes up for it.
Asari commandos?
Unless that speed lets them outrun bullets, I'm more inclined to stick with nice, solid armor. And a big gun.
Point taken.
What Asari commandos? Haven't seen one yet.
It's strange. The Geth are attacking, and everyone around here is still worried about ordinary business.
It's politics, Williams. The Council won't raise the alarm until they're certain about the threat.
The threat? Did they not see the vids of Eden Prime? See, this is why I hate politics.
So best emote. Cool.
Nice to see so many humans.
Shut up.
You can see half the Citadel from up here.
Too bad about that bright sun that's blinding me. Oh, Keeper! Can I block the sun with Shepard's head? No. That's not how... Okay, well, whatever. That does look cool. I want to live on something like this.
CSEC seems more like a military operation than a police force. CSEC seems more like a military operation than a police force. CSEC seems more like a military operation than a police force.
Whoa!
Sorry, Commander. Nobody's allowed on the Normandy right now. Doing some routine maintenance. Sorry, Commander.
CSEC seems more like a military operation than a police force. CSEC seems more like a military operation than a police force. CSEC seems more like a military operation than a police force.
A Solarian excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
Alright, so let's take the other elevator. Hello. Hello.
Binary Helix has settled out of court with a Krogan group that had accused the Genetics Corporation of fraud. The Krogan group had contracted Binary Helix to perform studies with a long-range goal of curing their genetic sterilization. The group later sued for a return of investment money when the study produced no viable results.
How synchronized. I recognize this.
Hey, I know you. You're Shepard, right? I was on Mindwar during the Blitz. Saw you on the vids when you got your medal. You saved the whole colony.
Looks like you have a fan.
I'm sorry, I just never thought I'd meet someone like you in person. My name's Lang, Officer Eddie Lang, Citadel Security. It's an honor to meet you, Commander. What are you doing down here in the wards? Anything I can help you with?
Where's Harkin?
Do you know a CSEC officer named Harkin?
I shouldn't really say too much. He's been on the force a lot longer than me. But I've heard things, you know? Drinking on the job, taking bribes, that kind of thing. Rumors mostly, but they suspended him, so some of it must be true.
What about CSEC?
Why'd you join Citadel Security?
I don't know. Seemed like the right thing to do, you know? Maybe it's in my blood. My grandfather was a cop back on Earth. It's kind of what CSEC is. Police for the Citadel. I'm still pretty new at it, but I like it so far. Way more interesting than staying back on Earth.
Yeah.
I meet all kinds of cool aliens, like those Hanar. Wild. Plus, CSEC gets a lot of respect here. We uphold the law. People, even aliens, appreciate that.
Even aliens? Citadel.
How do you like working here on the Citadel?
He just told you.
Amazing. I've been here almost a year, and I still haven't seen a tenth of it. The Presidium's just so beautiful. Good place to go and relax. But I really like it here down in the wards. There's always something going on somewhere. Like that new club they just opened a few months ago, Flux. Wicked scene in there, Commander. You should check it out when you have some time.
What about Spectres?
What do you know about the Spectres?
Just the stuff they show in the vids. They always make them out to be super agents on secret missions to save the galaxy. I know it's not really like that, though. Some of the other CSEC guys don't like them too much. Figure they shouldn't be able to operate outside the law. But if they were so bad, the Council wouldn't use them, right?
I have to go.
Right. You're probably real busy. See you around, Commander.
Just walk up to a random nobody police officer and just shout at him, "What do you know about the Spectres?" I think there's a doctor here, Dr. Michelle. Beeper. Ooh. I'll have to read those. Nice explosives. Totally not foreshadowing anything.
Hello there, Commander. I'm Dr. Claude Michel. Is there something I can do for you?
Personal question.
You're a doctor. How did you end up here on the Citadel?
My parents brought me here when I was young. My father was a medic with the Alliance. I chose to keep the medical tradition alive, but not the military. Fixing up wounded soldiers isn't my idea of fun.
Let me take a look at what you have for sale.
Of course.
420,000. Extra healing, huh? I'll save my money for now, but I might just get this later. Good to meet you, Dr. Chloe Michel. Chloe Michel. This is once I came. No, that's once I came. Cool.
Big place.
That your professional opinion, sir?
Thank you, Ashley. But he's right.
This isn't a station. It's a city.
There must be millions here. It can't be possible to track everyone coming and going.
This makes Jump Zero look like a porta-john, and it's the largest deep space station the Alliance has.
Jump Zero is big, but this is a whole nother scale. Look at the ward arms. How do they keep all that mass from flying apart?
The Council represents more races than I thought. No wonder they're careful with newcomers.
They probably just want to keep everything running. It has to be hard keeping all these cultures working together.
Or maybe they just don't like humans.
What's not to like?
Why not? We've got oceans, beautiful women, this emotion
Ooh,
called love.
subtle.
According to the old vids, we have everything they want.
If you expect to get me in a tinfoil miniskirt and thigh-high boots, I want dinner
Let's
first.
do it.
Sir.
That will be enough.
Yes, let's do it.
At ease, Lieutenant. Can't see her in a skirt anyway.
Damn straight you can't.
Ready to move out, sir.
Oh, poor Kaiden. I actually feel sorry for him.
You can keep the Presidium. This is where the action is.
But it does look nice.
Not really my kind of place, but there sure are some spectacular views here.
Commander Shepard? Excuse me, Commander Shepard! I'm Emily Wong. I'm an investigative journalist working here on the Citadel. Could I have a moment of your time?
Sure.
What do you need?
I've been hunting for evidence of corruption and organized crime on the Citadel, but there are places I can't go. I was hoping you might share anything you find during your own investigation. I can make it worth your time.
Oh, our
How do you
investigation's
know that
linked.
my investigation is going to uncover anything you need?
You wouldn't be investigating if it weren't big. And if it's big, it's something I'd like to hear about.
You've got to have access to better sources. Why contact me?
Contact? We
I'm
ran into
using
each other
every
by
source I can
accident.
find, but I think I've got a better shot with you. I've read your file. If anyone is going to uncover corruption here, it's the hero of the Skillian Blitz.
Forgot what the Skillian Blitz is, but it'll be fine.
How do you know I'm investigating anything here on the Citadel?
I'm a good journalist, Commander Shepard. Word gets around.
Alright, let's do it.
Sounds like a good cause. If I find any information, it's yours.
Dude, be quiet.
Thank you, Commander. You won't regret it.
Bye.
A lot of traffic here. How fast do you think those cars are going?
Quite fast. What's in here? Oh, this hallway. This is where we meet Tally. Spoilers. Yep. This is an elevator. Oh, hi. What is that? 2 flux. Then this must be the markets. The fucking mouth.
Look, I know it was you. I remember your face.
Really, that's impressive. Usually you humans can't tell one Turian from another.
This was the place. Now, are you gonna give me a refund or not?
Do you have your proof of purchase?
What? No, I don't think you ever gave me one.
I'm sorry, man. I can't help you.
But, what do you...
Can't help you.
Right. Enjoying the view, sir?
You think it's expensive to live here?
Yes. Very. Who are you?
Best place on this ward to buy upgrades. Prices are pretty good here. Have you been to the Emporium up on the Presidium?
Yes.
Hello, Earth Clan. No doubt you've just come back from the colonies. Will you be needing supplies?
Colonies?
What colonies are you talking about?
Oh, my mistake, Earth Clan. I assumed... It doesn't matter. Pharos? Noveria? Well, if you haven't heard of them yet, I'm sure you will soon.
Ooh, spoilers.
But it doesn't matter where you hail from. My goods are available to all.
Noveria.
What can you tell me about Noveria?
The corporate capital of the Attican Traverse. Very cold. Very snowy. I don't get too many clients from there. They all have their own private suppliers.
I'd like to know more about Pharos.
It's an old Prothean world. Their buildings still litter the surface. The humans aren't the first to colonize it, but they are the most recent. I just realized I haven't heard from my contact on that planet for some time. Ah, well, I'm sure he's fine.
I like how a Volus is teaching a human about human colonies.
Show me what you've got.
Most excellent. I am sure you will find something pleasing.
What is that? Unique item. Pistol. This comparison screen is utterly useless. What is this? Light armor. I don't need it. Sell. Oh. Alright, let's equip that. Armor. Yes. That's useful. Anyone else?
You can keep the Presidium. This is where the action is.
Try the markets downstairs if you can.
Alright, it's your thing.
Is that really... Wow, it's you.
You're Commander Shepard, the hero of Eden Prime. I am so honored to meet you.
Oh, I gotta be nice to this guy for once. Pleasure's all mine.
Nice to meet you. And you are?
My name is Conrad. Conrad Werner. They say you killed more than 100 Geth on Eden Prime.
Sure.
I spend most of the time trying to stay alive and help the colonists.
Hey, I know you're probably busy, but do you have time for a quick autograph?
What? No! No problem.
Anything for a fan.
Aw, so nice.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. My wife is going to be so impressed. I'll let you get back to work. Oh, but next time you're on Earth, I'd love to buy you a drink. Thanks again.
On Earth. She's like, hey, I'm on Earth. I'm on the other side of Earth, but still. I guess with FTL, it makes no difference anymore. That would be nice. This is the first time I see one of these. Moreland.
Hello there. Welcome to Moreland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
Yes.
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
Standard items. Okay. Bye. Sure, Ben. Excuse me. Sure, what's going on here?
Commander, I wasn't expecting to see you again. Is there something you want?
The truth.
You can start by telling me the truth, Shorban.
I'm not sure what you're referring to. My experiments are...
Quit stalling. Jalid told us what you've been up to.
You spoke with Jalid? Then you know about the data?
Not yet.
No, but you're gonna tell me. Everything.
You boys can go. Looks like my plans have changed. It's not as bad as you think, Commander. Jalid and I just got a little over our heads.
Go on.
Keep talking.
The company we work for developed an experimental procedure for use in medical scanners. Jalid and I saw even more potential, so we stole the plans and secretly developed a tool to scan the Keepers. Can you imagine? A tool that can actually get readings from the Keepers?
Cool.
What's so special about that?
The Keepers are almost impossible to scan, and you can't capture them or get samples. They just self-destruct. After centuries here, we still don't know anything about them. Don't you see? We were the first to scan them, ever. You've seen it yourself, Commander. You know we can do it.
There's more to this.
That doesn't explain why you're trying to kill your partner.
I'm not trying to kill him. Jalid's job was to disseminate our initial findings. But he decided to keep the data for himself. Maybe to sell it. I don't know.
Psych. What?
So you're just trying to get back what Jalid already stole.
We lost our heads. We just couldn't let an opportunity like this pass us by. Commander, if you'll just continue gathering data for me, imagine what we might learn. And you'll stand to make a bit of a profit yourself, remember?
No more. No more.
I'm not breaking regulations for you or your research. Return what you stole, or I'll have you arrested.
All right. You don't need to ask twice. Well then, no more scanning. I promise. Of course,
Wow.
Jalid still has the initial data, and I doubt he's planning to return it.
Don't worry.
I'll deal with Jalid.
So long, Commander.
Rep scanning mission. Journal. Scanner keeps completed. Complete. Wow. That's lame. Lame. Oh well. Lame.
A lot of traffic here. How fast do you think those cars are
What
going?
cars?
tip.
What?
I've lost shields.
Combat. I may have forgotten how this works. Throw. Fucked.
Those were Saren's men. I think we got him, Commander.
You think it's expensive to live here?
Yes.
A million light years from where humanity began, and we walk into a bar filled with men drooling over half-naked women, shaking their asses on a stage. I can't decide if that's funny or sad.
What? You don't think they're here because of the food? Never been a real fan of crowds.
Relax, Shepard. Chefing, Shepard.
I got business here, but not with you.
Is that actually true, DOC?
Not now. Watching the show. Go away. I'm not interested in talking.
A lot of traffic here.
Back off, Rex.
Rex
told us to take you down if you showed up. What are you waiting for? I'm standing right here. This is Fist's only chance. If he's smart, he'll take it. He's not coming out, Rex. End of story. This story is just beginning. Out of my way, humans. I have no quarrel with you.
What was that all about?
Who knows? Let's just try not to get caught in the middle.
Interesting. I didn't know Rex could appear here.
You think it's expensive to live here?
The back rooms are private, reserved for Fist and his friends.
Fist?
Who's Fist?
He owns this club, but the customers have to stay out front.
I imagine they could grow food on here. I mean, there's a sun nearby, so...
What did that other Krogan want? Rex?
Personal matter.
Not real chatty, is he?
Goodbye.
Enjoy the club.
Ah, my housemates that are really noisy when I need them. Harkin.
Alliance military. I could have been a Marine, you know. Instead, I joined the goddamn Citadel security. Biggest mistake of my life.
Maybe you can help me.
Harkin, right? I was told you could help me find someone. A Turian CSEC officer named Garrus.
Garrus? You must be one of Captain Anderson's crew. Poor bastard, still trying to bring Saren down, eh? I know where Garrus is. You gotta tell me something first. Did the captain let you in on his big secret?
What secrets?
Is there something I should know about the captain?
The captain used to be a Spectre.
Be a Spectre.
It was all very hush-hush. The first human ever given that honor. And then he blew it. Screwed up his mission so bad they kicked him out. Of course, he blames Saren. Says the Turians set him up.
What went wrong?
Why'd they kick him out?
Have to ask him. I never heard any of the details. Bet it's a good story, though. The heroes fall. Classic tragedy.
How did you know this?
You said they covered all this up. How'd you hear about it?
I spent 20 years working cases here on the Citadel. People on this station love to talk. Secrets are like herpes. If you got them, you might as well
What
spread
the
'em around.
hell? Disgusting. You're lying.
Why should I believe a drunk like you?
Fine, ask Anderson. I bet he tells you. He's too stupid and proud to lie right to your face.
Oh, I
You
said
They
disgusting.
covered all this up. How'd you hear about it?
I spent 20 years working cases here on the Citadel. People on this station love to talk. Secrets are like herpes. If you got them, you might as well spread them around.
You're a pig.
Just noticed that now, did you?
Okay.
Just tell me where Garrus went. Garrus was sniffing around Dr. Michelle's office.
Oh, damn.
She runs the med clinic on the other side of the wards. Must have heard he was going back there.
What do you know about Garrus?
Damn hothead is what he is. Still figures he can save the world. Always bucking heads with the Executor. He'll pay for it soon enough. The Executor loves to put us lowly field agents in our place. Just look what happened to me.
You need to look in a mirror. Sober up and take some responsibility for yourself.
Save your sermons. This ain't no church.
What's it like working for CSEC?
You mean, what was it like? The Executor suspended me without pay. Recurring violations. CSEC was keeping a file on me. Can you believe that? Every mistake I ever made went into the books. Get a little rough with a suspect, note in the file. Have a couple of drinks on duty, note in the file. Skim a couple of credits off a drug bust, note in the file. It's a goddamn witch hunt.
You got off easy, if you ask me.
What the hell do you know? Working for CSEC isn't like being a Marine. People get pissed off if we shoot somebody. Investigations, inquiries, rules, regulations. Every day I plow through enough red tape to choke a rhino. That's how you gotta be to do this job. So don't talk to me about right and wrong. You soldiers got it easy.
Quit blaming others. I've already said
You
that.
need to look in a mirror. Sober up and take some responsibility for yourself.
Save your sermons. This ain't no church.
Captain Anderson.
How well do you know Captain Anderson?
Met him a few times over the years. One of those hardcore military guys. Yes, sir. No, sir. Can't have any fun with a stick up your ass, sir. That's probably why he climbed the Alliance ranks so fast. The military loves brown nosers.
The captain's a good soldier.
Sure, whatever. Dress him in a fancy suit, pin some shiny medals on his chest, and call him a hero. Everybody else does.
This guy has
But
some
if he's
issues.
so great, why'd the Spectres kick him out? Why'd you go ask him about that?
I should go.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, good. Go. Let me drink in peace.
Why didn't Captain Anderson tell us he used to be a Spectre?
Maybe it's not true. Parkin's an ass. Bet he's just messing with our heads.
You're probably right. Still, I'd like to hear what the captain has to say about all this. You can keep the Presidium. This is where the action is.
Yep, that's totally... Drunk people totally won't fall down that. Alright, back to Dr. Michelle's. That's a dead end for no reason. There's just nothing there. Like, the structure of this makes no sense.
Best place on this ward to buy upgrades.
I haven't been to Flux yet. Should probably go there. Let's go to Dr. Michelle's.
I didn't tell anyone, I swear.
That was smart, Doc. Now if Garrus comes around, you stay smart. Keep your mouth shut or Who are you? Let her go.
Ooh. Nice shot.
Hostile contact!
All clear, Commander.
Well done, guys.
Too many lights, too much noise. Not really my kind of place, but there sure are some spectacular views here.
A lot of traffic here. How fast do you think those cars are going?
I have nothing interesting to say. Where did that other body go? Oh, they're all gone. Hello, Garrus.
Perfect timing, Shepard. Gave me a clear shot at that bastard.
It was a big risk.
What were you thinking? You could have hit the hostage.
There wasn't time to think. I just reacted. I didn't mean to... Dr. Michelle, are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. Thanks to you. All of you.
He can protect
I know
you.
those men threatened you, but if you tell us who they work for, we can protect you.
They work for Feast.
Fist.
They wanted to shut me up, keep me from telling Garrus about the Quarian.
Quarian.
What Quarian?
A few days ago, a Quarian came by my office. She'd been shot, but she wouldn't tell me who did it. I could tell she was scared, probably on the run. She asked me about the Shadow Broker. She wanted to trade information in exchange for a safe place to hide.
Where did she go?
Where is she now?
I put her in contact with Fist. He's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
Not anymore. Now he works for Saren. And the Shadow Broker isn't too happy about it.
Fist betrayed the Shadow Broker? That's stupid even for him. Saren must have made him quite the offer.
That Quarian must have something Saren wants. Something worth crossing the Shadow Broker to get.
What else can you tell me about the Quarian?
I'm not sure. Like I said, she wanted to trade information for a place to hide. She didn't... Wait a minute. Geth. Her information had something to do with the Geth.
She must be able to link Saren to the Geth. There is no way the Council can ignore this.
You need to find her.
And we paid Fist a visit.
This is your show, Shepard. But I want to bring Saren down as much as you do. I'm coming with you.
Forget it.
You're a Turian. Why do you want to bring him down?
I couldn't find the proof I needed in my investigation, but I knew what was really going on. Saren is a traitor to the Council and a disgrace to my people.
You made your case.
Welcome aboard, Garrus.
You know, we aren't the only ones going after Fist. The Shadow Broker hired a Krogan bounty hunter named Rex to take him out.
Yeah, we saw him in the bar.
We could use him.
Krogan might come in handy.
Last I heard, he was at the CSEC Academy.
What's he doing there?
Fist accused him of making threats. We brought Rex in for a little talk. If you hurry, you can catch him at the Academy before he leaves.
Move out.
I don't know, Kaden. But I think you gotta go. Level up.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from Fist's thugs, Commander. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't been there.
Happy to help.
I'm just glad you weren't hurt.
Me too. Now, was there anything you needed?
You're a doctor. How did you end up here on the Citadel?
My parents brought me
Can I
here
skip
when I was
this?
young. My father was a medic with the Alliance. I chose to keep the medical tradition alive, but not the military. Fixing up wounded soldiers isn't my idea of fun.
I need
Let me
shields
take a
down.
look at what you have for sale.
Of course.
Yeah, still no money. Hello, Garrus.
If you're lucky, we should visit the Citadel.
Alright, we can do that. Haven't been there yet. Should we go to Fist though? Journal. Should we talk to Bala Vaughn now? Alright.
I got a tour. One of 500 to see the Ascension from the inside out.
Really?
It took almost 6 hours and we only saw 1/10 of the ship. I even got to meet the commander.
Matriarch Ladanya. You met her?
Well, she addressed everyone on the tour, but I got pretty close to her.
Huh, just look at that ship. You'd have to be stupid to mess with that.
Very true. She's got almost as much firepower as the rest of the Asari fleet combined.
Hopefully, she'll never need to use it.
Yeah. It's a strong sun, alright. Nice trees. See, that's trees. If it can grow trees, then they can grow crops, I guess.
You think it's expensive?
Yes. What do you have to say?
Anything you want, you can find for sale in the wards, legal or otherwise.
Let's go to Flux. What time is it? I have an hour of stream left before I get too tired. Hello.
What? Everyone knows Fist is with the local criminals.
Maybe, but I wouldn't go shouting it from the mountaintops.
Yeah, unless you want to end up on his hit list.
Yes, I heard he actually buried some corpses under the stage at Cora's Den.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Yes, and it might explain the stench in that place.
Hello, Dub Game.
You almost never see any keepers in this club. I guess they don't care what happens here. That or the music keeps them away.
If we weren't on duty, I'd have to show you some of my dance moves.
Alright, let's go.
A lot of traffic here.
Let's go, Ashley.
Those cars are going.
No. How are you, Dub? How was your day?
You think it's expensive to live here?
It's out of my hands. I'd bring her back in a second, but she doesn't want to come.
No. I'll see if I can talk some sense into her next time I see her.
Be careful. You know how stubborn your sister can be. The more you push and prod, the more she'll run away.
Yeah, you're probably right. Thanks, Doran.
Give me some beer.
Welcome to Flux. Name's Doran. What can I do for you?
Is this a casino?
Among other things, yes. We've got some quasar stations, if you're interested.
Quasar. I'm not really interested in that Dub Game.
Are you the owner?
Owner, cook, and bartender. I've even been known to dance a little when the mood strikes me. We've got some quasar stations, if you're interested.
Goodbye.
I guess he wants me to play Quasar.
Enjoy your time here at Flux.
Who are you, Rita?
Sorry, I'm kind of busy right now. So, what can I do for you?
What were you discussing with the Volus?
Who, Doran? Oh, I was just asking him about my sister. See, she worked for Doran before she left to... Ugh, sorry, I don't want to bore you with my problems.
It's okay, go on.
I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
Well, okay. My sister Jenna left here to go work at Cora's Den. The problem is, she's working as an informant for CSEC. You know, eavesdropping on the people there. If they find out what she's doing, they'll kill her.
That's not good.
Being an informant is a dangerous job.
That's what I've been telling her. I don't know. Sometimes I think she stays there just to spite me.
But yeah, my day's been good, Dub Game. Have you talked to CSEC?
You know who her contact at CSEC is?
No, it's all very secret. Last time I asked an officer, he told me to stay out of it, for Jenna's safety.
I'll speak with
Maybe
her.
I can help her
I
understand
have to go there
just how
anyway.
dangerous Cora's Den is.
Would you? That'd be great. Just don't tell her I sent you. Well, I should get back to work before I get in trouble. Thanks.
Wow. Ooh.
There's very little serious crime in this one. Maybe because the C-Sec Academy is so close by.
Who are you?
I'm waiting for someone else.
Aw, dates. Hello, Ashley.
You can keep the Presidium. This is where the action is.
Fine, I'll play one game. Play Quasar. Forgot how this works. Alright. Oop. You have to get to like 20, I think. Yeah, I win. Quits. Keeper.
Someone rigged this machine to funnel credits their way. I'll run a trace.
High stakes Quasar. Cool. I'll play with this later. Let's go to the other bar.
Hey, good to see another human.
Hello. If you guys could live on the Citadel, where would you live? Money isn't an issue. Loading? I would live on the far end, like right over there. Why? I'm not even thinking about that. I just do it out of habit. I see a group of people and I just have to go in between. This is the wrong way, isn't it? Yeah, I mean... this way. Codex. This way. I would go to... I would live on... Rannoch. Or to Chanka. Saving content. Something big must be happening. No?
Looks like it's shut down.
Fist knows we're coming.
Good attempt.
Go, go, go!
Okay, that button.
Hold the line! I'm on it.
What does that do? I have grenades too, right? That's not a grenade. That is.
Negative contacts.
CSEC always turned a blind eye to what went on in here. I think Fist was paying someone off.
Smell that? Fresh blood mixed with stale booze.
Ah, lovely smell. Hey, shut your head off,
right
man.
there. Don't come any closer.
Warehouse workers. All the real guards must be dead.
Stay back or we'll shoot.
Ooh.
This would be a good time to find somewhere else to work.
Yeah, right. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I never liked Fist anyway.
I would have never thought of that.
Shooting people isn't always the answer.
Am I on the difficulty? Veteran. Oh my god. Sure. Hey, see you, Sizzle. Actually, enjoy your night, man. Oh, I'm out of grenades.
Enemy is everywhere! Lost shield! Hold the line! Hold the line! Hold the line! Wait! Don't kill me, I surrender!
Smart move.
Where's the Quarian?
She's not here. I don't know where she is. That's the truth.
He's lying.
What happened?
You better start explaining before I lose my temper.
The Quarian isn't here. Said you'd only deal with the Shadow Broker himself.
Impossible. The Shadow Broker only works through his agents.
Nobody meets the Shadow Broker. Ever. Even I don't know his true identity. But she didn't know that. I told her I'd set a meeting up. But when she shows up, it'll be Saren's men waiting for her.
We have to save her.
Give me the location. Now.
Here on the wards, the back alley by the markets. She's supposed to meet them right now. You can make it if you hurry.
Am I supposed to just forget your part in all this?
Hey, I came clean. I told you about the meeting. Besides, I've got my own problems now. The Shadow Broker wants me dead. I have to disappear. Forget about me. I'm a ghost.
Fine, disappear.
You're not my concern.
Don't worry, you'll never see me again.
Is that true? Does he show up in Mass Effect 2 or 3 if I let him live? You don't need to answer that. Oh. This is a good jam.
Lost shields!
Good cover. Okay, you go over there, guys, and then I'll flank him from the other side.
Perimeter secure.
Quarian lost in. That should be above it, not below. Here, right? Alright.
Did you bring it?
Where's the Shadow Broker? Where's Fist?
They'll be here. Where's the
What a
evidence?
creep.
No way. The deal's off.
Let's get these guys. You okay, Ashley?
Fist set me up. I knew I couldn't trust him.
Are you okay?
Were you hurt in the fight?
I know how to look after myself. Not that I don't appreciate the help. Who are you?
A friend.
My name's Shepard. I'm looking for evidence to prove Saren's a traitor.
Then I have a chance to repay you for saving my life. But not here. We need to go somewhere safe.
The ambassador's office. It's safe here. He'll want to see this anyway.
I win. I did it.
Not making my life easy, Shepard. Firefights in the wards, an all-out assault on Korra's den. Do you know how many...
Who's this? A Quarian? What are you up to, Shepard?
I like this guy so much. I don't know why. He's just like mad about everything. And it's just funny.
Making your day, Ambassador. She has information linking Saren to the Geth.
Really? Maybe you better start at the beginning, Miss...
My name is Tali. Tali Zora Naraya.
We don't see many Quarians here. Why did you leave the flotilla?
I was on my pilgrimage.
Oh, there's that
my
left
rite of
side step.
passage into adulthood.
Pilgrimage?
I've never heard of this before.
It is a tradition among my people. When we reach maturity, we leave the ships of our parents and our people behind. Alone, we search the stars, only returning to the flotilla once we have discovered something of value. In this way, we prove ourselves worthy of adulthood.
What did you find?
Tell us what you found.
During my travels, I began hearing reports of Geth. Since they drove my people into exile, the Geth have never ventured beyond the Veil. I was curious. I tracked a patrol of Geth to an uncharted world. I waited for one to become separated from its unit. Then I disabled it and removed its memory core.
I thought the Geth fried their memory cores when they died. Some kind of defense mechanism.
Go on.
What did you find out?
Most of the core was wiped clean, but I salvaged something from its audio banks.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
That's Saren's voice. This proves he was involved in the attack.
What's the conduit? Don't really care. We've got him.
Saren won't get out of this one.
Wait, there's more. Saren wasn't working alone.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
I don't recognize that other voice, the one talking about Reapers.
Sounds familiar,
I feel
though.
like I've heard that name before.
According to the memory core, the Reapers were a hyper-advanced machine race that existed 50,000 years ago. The Reapers hunted the Protheans to total extinction, and then they vanished. At least, that's what the Geth believe.
Sounds a little far-fetched.
She's right.
The vision on Eden Prime. I understand it now. I saw the Protheans being wiped out by the Reapers.
The Geth revere the Reapers as gods, the pinnacle of non-organic life, and they believe Saren knows how to bring the Reapers back.
The Council is just going to love this.
Ooh, they need to know.
The Reapers are a threat to every species in Citadel space. We have to tell them.
No matter what they think about the rest of this, those audio files prove Saren's a traitor.
The captain's right. We need to present this to the Council right away.
Let's go.
What about her, the Quarian?
My name is Tali. You saw me in the alley, Commander. You know what I can do. Let me come with you.
Didn't you sit on your bum the entire time? You could be useful.
I'll take all the help I can get.
Thanks. You won't regret this.
Henderson and I will go ahead to get things ready with the council. Take a few minutes to collect yourself, then meet us in the tower.
Ooh. Ashley. Kate. Who should I take? I think I'll take Tali. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take Tali. See what she has to say. Accepts. Hell yeah. If only I could take Dub Game instead. Alright. What race is Dub Game?
Excuse me, Commander Shepard. Could you spare a moment of your time? Commander Shepard, my name is Samesh Bhatia. Forgive the intrusion, but I have nowhere else to turn.
I'm happy to help.
It's no trouble. What can I do for you?
My wife was a Marine. She was in the 212 on Eden Prime.
Wait, the 212? Your wife was serviceman Nirali Bhatia. I'm Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams. I served in her unit.
Chief Williams, it is a pleasure. Nirali spoke of you with great respect.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Mr. Bhatia. Nirali was a good woman. What can we do for you?
I've requested that my wife's body be returned to me for cremation, but the military has refused my request.
Why did they refuse your request? There's got to be some reason.
I don't know. All I know is that they have declared it impossible for my wife to be returned to me.
We'll put this right. We'll put this right.
Wife's body to be held like this. Just wait here.
Or this is
the man in charge of my
I don't
case,
know how I
Mr.
did it.
Foster. When I last saw him, he was in the expensive bar over there. Thank you for your time. I just want to give my wife a proper funeral and the respect she deserves.
Hell yeah. So, store discount. Oh yeah. Yes. Ashley, you. Let's crank you up on weapon some more. Oops. Tali! Hi Tali. Tali is a true genius when it comes to dealing with mechanical or electronic equipment. I think I should put some in her armor. First aid, always useful. Advanced shield boosts. Pistols. Let's just pump that full there. And then what's hacking? Oh yeah, that's useful. Let's just put put that in here. There we go. Ooh, and she can use shotguns next. Alright. What do I do with this? I'll wait with that. Hello, Samesh. Let's save this dude's wife.
This place seems strange.
My goodness, you're Commander Shepard. Your activities made for quite a briefing in the diplomatic corps. Is there something I can do to assist you?
I'm here for Samesh.
The man named Samesh Bhatia is having some trouble claiming his wife's body.
Ah, Mr. Bhatia. A good man in an understandably frustrating position. I wish I could help him. Serviceman Nirali Bhatia died on Eden Prime, as Mr. Bhatia no doubt told you. Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of weapon damage we've seen before. That is why her body is being held.
So she's being mauled. She's
You
toxic?
think her body might be dangerous or contaminated?
No, Commander. Nirali Bhatia is not dangerous. Her body is in fact extremely valuable to the Alliance. The tests we're conducting may lead to better defenses against Geth attacks.
Without permission of her
Serviceman Bhatia may
family?
save more lives in death than she did in life.
Investigate. How long will this take?
How long do you think the research is going to take?
This is a long-term study. I wouldn't expect the bodies to be released for a year or longer.
Oof. What will the results
When will this
be?
research result in actual new technology?
If we're lucky, we'll actually realize usable technology from this study in a few years.
Yeah, by then the Reapers are here, dudes.
You've got to have a lot of bodies. Can't you release one?
Very few bodies had this new type of weapon damage, and very few were in good enough condition to study. Beyond that, Commander, we need as many bodies as we can to get a reasonable sample size.
No, this isn't right, man.
I understand what you're trying to do, but holding the body is wrong.
Commander, you of all people should understand how far we must go to protect humanity.
I do, and you're wrong.
Not if we lose our humanity in the process. I'm out there fighting to stop crap like this.
Holy shit, dude, calm down.
Commander. You win. It was hard enough refusing Mr. Bhatia. I'm not going to risk an incident by refusing you. Tell Samesh that the body is being shipped back to Earth. I'll go now to see to it myself.
It's an interesting, interesting moral dilemma, this. I think I made the right choice, but like, you know, I can definitely see the arguments in favor. But I don't think they went about it the correct way. They should have just come clean with the guy.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
You have to be tough with these aliens. They won't respect you otherwise.
Oh, yeah, this guy.
Shepard, what can I do for you now?
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
Does he ever make himself useful? He's like the most useless character in this area. I have to talk to this guy again. That was a neat little side quest.
Hello again, Commander. Has there been any word?
She's coming home.
I reminded Mr. Bosker what we're fighting for. Your wife is coming home.
Thank you. I will return home and begin my preparations. It does not bring me happiness, but it may bring me peace. Goodbye, Commander.
See ya, Samesh.
Samesh? I don't know if this helps, but your wife, Nirali, loved you very much. She missed your cooking, and she played recordings of you every night before she went to sleep.
I know, Miss Williams. But thank you.
Oh,
It's
that's
nice
so
to hear it
sweet. Alright, well, I don't need to scan keepers anymore. I need to find some body armor for Tally. Let's cross the river, because we haven't been there yet. This game invented motion blur, apparently. Oh, I gotta turn it off to see if I can see a difference, but I'm lazy. I wonder if there's a speed difference. Not sure. Nope. I need a background picture for my stream layout.
I've had my office rearranged 5 times.
5 times? Why? What do they want?
How should I know? It's not like keepers offer an explanation for what they're doing.
And yet, everyone just lets them go on doing whatever it is they do.
What choice do we have? If you try to stop them, they just shut down and another one replaces it.
Just strange that we know so little about them.
Not to mention frustrating.
I like how the different species are getting along. Ugh.
Welcome, I am Nelina. I don't recognize you as one of our expected clients today. Would you like me to see when the consort will be able to meet with you?
Is the white stuff on her face like makeup, or are I sorry like born with that? Like freckles?
Can't I just go in?
I'm afraid not. Yeah, you must understand there are many who seek the consort services. But if you wish to leave your name, she'll make every effort to meet with you.
Alright.
Commander Shepard, with the Alliance Navy.
Excellent. You should hear something in 3 or 4 months.
Nobody's worth that much of a wait.
Well, that's not for me to judge. I have your name and you'll be contacted. Is there anything else?
Consort.
What is the consort? What does she do?
It's difficult to explain. She's many things to many people and something different for each. Some seek her for advice, some for entertainment, others still for pleasure. Most of the time, our clients won't realize what they were seeking until after she has provided it for them.
You make her sound like some kind of oracle.
No, not in the usual sense. She's merely a woman with remarkable compassion and a generous spirit. I suggest you make an appointment and see for yourself.
Personal
What do you do
questions.
here, Nelina?
I'm one of the consort's acolytes. Many of the people here today will not see the consort, but they expect to be attended to just the same. It's our job to ensure that they leave contented.
What exactly do you attend to?
Well, each acolyte has her unique abilities. Some soothe with song, others with conversation. As much as possible, we seek to match the needs of our clients to the skills of our acolytes. My specialty is touch. My fingertips can find every tension point in your body.
Oh, she's a masseur.
I'd like to try out your services.
Excellent. I'll add you to our client list. We should be able to see you in 3 or 4 months.
Typical. Goodbye.
I think I'm done here.
Oh, well, I hope you'll return again in the future. We always enjoy seeing new clients.
Nelina.
Yes, Shaira?
Send the commander up to see me. I wish to speak with him.
Special privilege.
Yes, of course, mistress.
Ooh. Sexy.
Huh. It appears the consort has taken notice of you. She'd like to meet with you now.
Alright.
Where do I go?
Just head upstairs. She'll be waiting for you.
I see even the humans find the consort irresistible.
This is my first time. I can't believe I didn't come sooner.
Welcome. It is a pleasure to see you. You're with the Alliance? My brother's a private back on Earth.
This place is a little too perfect. Hiding something.
That must be a wild place to have sex in.
That is close enough, Commander. I've heard a great many things about you since your arrival here in our Citadel.
Who are you?
What exactly do you do?
That depends on your needs. I offer advice to some, comfort to others. I have a certain problem that could use your expertise.
What is that?
Maybe I can help.
I have a friend, Septimus, a retired Turian general. I won't discuss the details, but he wanted me to be more than I could be. We had a falling out. Now he spends his days in Cora's den, drinking and spreading lies about me. If you would speak to him as a fellow soldier, I believe he will listen to you and let the matter be.
What went wrong?
What happened between you?
I respect his privacy too much to go into the details. If he wishes to tell you what happened, that is his prerogative.
Okay.
What exactly do you want me to tell him?
Appeal to his sense of honor. Remind him of his position as a general. If you can convince him to stop spreading lies about me, I would be very grateful.
Trying to seduce me, huh?
Now I must ask you to take your leave. I have many clients waiting to see me. Please, Commander, I ask that you return to me only after you have spoken with Septimus. Please, Commander, I ask that you return to me only after you have spoken with Septimus.
Oh, yeah, they are clients.
So much empty space. 1,000 of my people could live here and hardly even see each other.
I'd spend all day here if I could.
An hour here is better than a year on leave.
Ooh, do you have anything new to say?
Few are ever asked to aid Shaira. It's quite an honor.
What is the consort? What does
I've
she do?
already asked this.
It's difficult to explain. She's many things to many people, and something different for each. Some seek her for advice, some for entertainment, others still for pleasure. Most of the time, our clients won't realize what they were seeking until after she has provided it for them.
I think I'm done here.
Of course, come back anytime. Few are ever asked to aid Shaira. It's quite an honor.
I want to ask about Septimus.
What do you know about the general?
He's been seeing the consort for longer than I can remember. Then one day, he stormed out of here furious. He hasn't been back since. He was always very respectful to the acolytes, very noble.
Goodbye.
I think I'm done here.
Of course, come back anytime.
Let's find that loser.
Yeah, ever since Fist took over, I don't go anymore.
Seems like all the best lounges are being replaced by places like Cora's Den.
The Embassy Lounge isn't bad, but they don't have any decent entertainment.
It's run by bureaucrats. They probably spend months just voting on what kind of entertainment to get.
You're probably right.
Yep.
They built a lake on a space station.
It's not a lake.
I can't even imagine the resources needed to maintain it.
Water, fish, probably fish, and most of the rest will sort itself out. Huh, what's that?
The Krogan rebelled against the Council, yet they have a statue on the Citadel. And we Quarians still live as outcasts.
Hard to believe the Krogan were once seen as the saviors of the galaxy.
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 3. Here in the financial district, a number of businesses offer various goods and services to their exclusive clientele. The statue you see before you was commissioned to honor the Krogan soldiers who gave their lives to protect Citadel space during the Rachni Wars. In the aftermath of the Krogan rebellions, several embassies petitioned to have the statue removed. However, this motion was eventually quashed by the Council.
Krogan rebellions?
Tell me more about the Krogan rebellions.
In recognition of their efforts during the Rachni Wars,
What
the
is that
Krogan
green
granted several
blob in the
colony
top
worlds
left?
by the Council. Over the next 400
supposed to
years,
be a rock?
the Krogan species began to expand. Blessed with an extremely high birth rate, their numbers began to swell. Faced with a critical overpopulation crisis, the Krogan started a violent colonization of nearby worlds inhabited by other Council species. The Krogan rebellions had begun. For a full
This woman
century,
does not
the
shut
Council and
up.
its member species fought to bring the Krogan under control. With the aid of the newly discovered Turian Empire, they were ultimately successful.
Hello, Vanny910. Thanks. Yeah, it says it's kind of implying that it is already like 4 years old by now. I don't know from when it is, but I'm glad you enjoyed it, Vanny, and welcome. Welcome to the stream. Sounds like a vicious cycle.
You needed the Krogan to stop the Rachni. Then you needed the Turians to stop the Krogan. So who's going to stop the Turians?
She's not programmed for this question.
I am sorry, but that question is beyond my programming parameters. The Turians are members of the Citadel Council. They are not a threat to galactic peace.
If only she could be offended by that. That would be funny. Memorial statue.
Why did the Council fight so hard to keep the statue?
The Krogan were instrumental in saving the galaxy from the Rachni threat. The Council believed this historical fact should not be forgotten. The Council also hoped that preserving the memorial would improve diplomatic relations with the Krogan and bring about a peaceful resolution to the rebellions. Unfortunately, the Krogan refused to negotiate and only surrendered after their population and homeworlds had been ravaged by the Turians.
Serves them right.
Sounds like they got what they deserved.
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature goes beyond my programming.
What were the Rachni Wars?
Nearly 2,200 years ago,
2,200
explorers
years.
seeking to expand Citadel space opened up mass relays leading to systems controlled by the Rachni.
That's like
A highly
before.
intelligent and aggressive insect race. The Rachni unleashed a war of conquest against the rest of the galaxy.
That's like
that lasted
during
for
the Roman
nearly 3
era.
centuries. The
Forgot what the
emergence of
dude is
Krogan
called.
finally turned the tide in favor of the Citadel species. Krogan forces provided the numbers necessary to halt the Rachni advance and drive them back. The Krogan then pursued their retreating fleets.
You truly do come out of a time machine.
Rachni homeworlds. The Krogan hunted their enemy to
That
extinction.
meme is older than my run, I think. Actually, I remember writing a school report on Harambe before it became a meme. I don't remember when that was.
Was it really necessary to wipe them out?
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature goes beyond my programming.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
Yeah. Where does that go? It's just the stairs, I think. Oh. Ooh, a shop. Looking at some vases. Oh, okay.
Well, they've built themselves quite the lake. Wonder if anyone ever drowned in it.
Keeper. Tally.
My people used to have an embassy here, but after we created the Geth, we were no longer welcome.
Hops. No hops. Anything else other than the shopkeeper?
Ah, human. This one is greatly pleased to see you here in my decadent emporium.
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
Why do you refer to yourself as this one, it?
For the same reason that humans are so inquisitive. It is part of our culture. Specifically, Hanar only refer to themselves in the first person with family or intimates. And we rarely do so with other species. It is just our way.
I can see why Dub Game doesn't like this guy's voice acting. He's so aggressive all the time. Like, I'm just asking him a question about his speech, and he's like, why do you call yourself it?
What exactly do you sell?
Only the finest and most luxurious items that credits can buy. This one is able to procure almost any item the human would desire, for a price, naturally.
Personal question.
Who are you?
I already asked that.
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
I'd like to buy something.
Show me your items. Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, that's right. Keep your mouth shut. Shop discount. I can't afford that. The council needs to pay me better.
Commander, it is good to see you again. Would you care to see some of its fantastic items today?
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be disappointed.
Hey, these aren't even that expensive. I don't care about armor. It's probably too expensive for that. Okay, fine, I'll check it out. Let's get Talia nice armor.
Commander, it is good to see you again.
Yes.
Would you care to see some of its fantastic items today?
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be disappointed.
Alright. Turian, nothing for Aquarian. Asshole. So, I need to look into these. A door. Oh yeah. What are these?
What's this? One of the Earth Clan. Ah, a very famous one, yes? You are the one called Shepard. It is a great honor to welcome the heroes of the Blitz.
Have we met?
You've got me at a disadvantage here.
Forgive me, Earth Clan. My name is Barla Vaughn. My job makes it necessary for me to keep informed. I am a financial advisor to many important clients here on the Citadel. When someone as important as yourself arrives on the station, I take notice.
I need your help.
I've heard you work for the Shadow Broker. Do you have any information about Saren?
You're very blunt, Shepard. But you're right. I am an agent for the Shadow Broker. And I do know something about Saren.
I hear your information can be expensive.
Normally, this information would cost a small fortune. But these are exceptional circumstances. So I am going to give it to you for free.
What's the catch?
There is no catch. The Shadow Broker is quite upset with Saren right now. They used to do a lot of business until Saren turned on him.
That's what happens when you deal with a traitor like Saren.
No matter what you think of Saren, he's not stupid. He knows the Shadow Broker is a valuable ally. Turning on him doesn't make sense. Not unless something huge was at stake. I don't know the details, but the Shadow Broker hired a freelancer to deal with it. A Krogan mercenary.
Rex?
I think I know him. His name's Rex.
Yes, I believe he's the one. I heard he was paying a visit to Citadel security. If you hurry, you might catch him before he leaves the C-Sec Academy.
Isn't it strange that a Krogan would want to speak with C-Sec?
Very. However, I doubt the visit was entirely his choice. You'll need to speak with him if you want to know more.
The Citadel.
What's it like living here on the Citadel?
The station is without a doubt the greatest wonder in the galaxy. It is a technological marvel, but its true splendor goes much deeper than the hull and engines. From the Presidium to the wards, the entire station is a testament to the success of the Council. All the species of Citadel spaced together in a single, strong community.
Tell me about the wards.
What are the wards like?
The cultural heart of the galaxy. They pulse with the lifeblood of millions of citizens from dozens of different species. You never know what you'll find out in the wards, Commander. It's always full of surprises. Fortunately,
too bad we can't go there.
Are pleasant.
What makes the Presidium so special?
It is the political center of Citadel space. 80% of all intelligent species in the known galaxy acknowledge the Council's authority on interstellar matters. But only the most powerful and influential species have embassies here on the Presidium. This level of the station is reserved for the elite, Shepard. People like us.
Shadow Broker.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
Most people think I deal in finances, but my real currency is knowledge. I trade information, and it has made me very wealthy. But the Shadow Broker is the true master. Every day he buys and sells secrets that could topple governments, always giving them to the highest bidder. Yet somehow he never seems to upset the natural balance of power. All those secrets being passed around seem to even out. Nobody ends up with an advantage in the end.
Any guess what his identity might be?
I don't know. Nobody does. The Shadow Broker could be any race, any gender. I have a theory that it's actually an entire group working under one identity. How else could they juggle so many contacts at the same time? How else could they keep all that information from getting crossed? But they've got the perfect setup. Every government is forced to play their game so they don't get behind. But no matter how long you play, no matter how many secrets you buy, you can never win.
This guy's mysterious.
I thought you'd know more about the man you work for.
From time to time I come across information I sell to the Shadow Broker. That's my only involvement. I like it that way. The more you know, the more dangerous the game becomes. I don't like danger, Commander. I'll leave that to you.
Fair personal question.
Tell me more about your job.
Galactic finance is incredibly complex. A mix of laws and regulations from dozens of interstellar economies. I'm an expert in how all these economies interact. For a fee, I share my expertise. I also offer premium services for those clients who need someone to conduct business without drawing unwanted attention. Discreet and efficient. That's my motto.
Sounds pretty shady.
Everything I do falls completely within the bounds of interstellar commerce law. Even so, many of my clients would prefer their transactions remain undisclosed. For example, suppose a Hanar ambassador was petitioning the Council to reduce tariffs on Hanar goods. How would it look if he had money invested in a Hanar exporting company? Even if his true motives were to help his people, he would be accused of advancing the petition for his own personal gain. I can keep his personal finances private.
Oh yeah, I'm not buying it.
Still sounds shady to me.
Then we can only hope you will never be cursed with a large enough fortune to require my services.
Oh, that's a proper insult, actually.
Goodbye, Commander.
I hope you will never be blessed with a fortune large enough to require my services. Alright. Oh yeah, these guys.
Any progress with that Hanar?
Sorry, I'll let you know if I come up with something.
I don't care what the something is, as long as it rids me of the Hanar.
Has the CSEC officer been assuaged?
Is this really how you want to represent the Enkindlers?
The truth of the Enkindlers must be made known. They gave the Hanar language, and gave the universe the mass relays. This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
I'll be back.
This one...
Any progress with that Hanar?
I think you should let the Hanar preach in the Presidium.
The Presidium is a place of culture and respect. It should not be filled with zealots shouting their idiocy. Why should the jellies get special treatment?
Jellies.
Every other species understands and obeys the laws.
Ooh, this one's grayed out still. I think I might be going for this one. Even though
I'll be back.
I kind of want the Hanar
I don't
gone.
care what you have to do. Just get rid of that Hanar.
Yep.
I've heard some humans are angry at the Quarians after the attack on Eden Prime. After all, you created the Geth.
Whoa.
The Geth killed billions and forced us from our homeworld. Most Quarians believe we have paid properly for our mistake.
Hopefully, having you with us fighting Saren will change people. People's minds.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Autumny Eternal and Evelinda boy. How are you guys? Where am I? Oh, I'm in this hallway.
It's good. Busy though. I can't believe how many people you get coming in from the wards.
Yeah, it's the busiest station on the Citadel. You'll never get bored.
I guess not, but you could still use a few more men.
That's why we brought you here.
Sure, but there's still way more complaints than the officers can handle.
That's just life near the wards, kid. You'll get used to it.
Yeah, I'm good. Well, yeah, good. Not great, good. Signal source, investigate.
Looks like they bounced their signal off a relay.
Oh, I remember this quest. Okay, I guess I'll have to hunt that down at some point. Beep, 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 beep. Ooh, keeper. Beep.
A few of my people have visited here on their pilgrimage, but their descriptions of the wards hardly do them justice.
Ooh, elevator.
Hey, Tally. I heard a rumor that under those environmental suits, you Quarians are partially synthetic.
No, living in the clean environment of the flotilla has weakened our immune systems. The environmental suits protect against diseases.
It still makes you look a little like a Geth, though. I'm just saying.
Those legs are strange. Like they have two knees, one at the back, or maybe like the leg, like the lower leg is just shaped like that. Let me see how she walks. I think it's just a solid thing. We were going to Chorus Den as well for something, I believe. This would be a perfect place to propose to Tally for like a wedding, because this is where we met. Right, I see. Right. What's that, Ashley?
A million light years.
You've already said that.
Again, and we walk into a bar filled with men drooling over half-naked women shaking their asses on a stage. I can't decide if that's funny or sad.
I love this place. The crowds, the action. It's great.
Oh, it's that guy again. This is locked now.
Go away.
Right. Ooh. I think they're just shaped like that. I don't know why. The rest of her body seems pretty normal. She might be a bit on the slim side. There's humans who are like that. I see him else. He has a big. But this is like. This is with body armor and all that shit. So I think that's pretty. But she looks pretty human otherwise. Could be a human in there. I wanted to talk to Septimus.
Commander.
I have. I just came from there. Problems?
What's bothering you, General?
I've seen a lot of horrible things in my days, and there's only one woman in this damn galaxy that helps me forget it.
Then why create rumors and lies about this woman?
Because she rejected me. Me! Septimus Oraka, General of the Turian Fleet.
I think I can see why you're upset, but spreading these lies won't make it better.
Look, kid, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but don't waste your time.
General, did you ever win a battle by moping in a bar?
Ah, boy. That's what this feels like, all right. How did I let it come to this? So you think it's that easy? Just straighten up and act like a general?
This guy's such a
It
loser.
would be more productive than sitting here.
Huh. Maybe you're right, Commander. Shaira's worth the effort. Even if she won't have me back.
This is no place for someone of your stature, General.
All right. I'll go to her. After I've had a cold shower or two.
Yeah, sounds good.
Say, you're a bright kid. Would you be interested
Ooh,
in earning
yes.
a few extra credits?
What do you want me to do?
There's an L-Corps diplomat
Oh, yeah.
out there who believes Shaira gave up his secrets.
Why would he think such a thing?
Because I told him. Look, I just need you to convince him of the truth.
What makes you think he'll believe me?
You'll bring him proof. Take this data pad. It shows where I got my info. It will exonerate Shaira and convince the L-Corps.
Who am I taking it to? Where is he?
His name is Zaltan. He's an L-Corps diplomat. He's over in the embassies complaining about Shaira. Well, here's to soldiers acting like soldiers.
Yeah, just down another one.
Thanks, Commander. You know, you might make a good general yourself one day.
Hell yes, I would.
Not now. I got business here, but not with you.
Can I get drinks yet? Oh yeah, this woman.
Hi, I'll be with you in just a sec.
I'll wait right here.
Why do I get the feeling you're not here to order drinks?
I need to talk to you about your work with C-Sec.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was funnier in
Now,
the
if you don't
dialogue
mind,
wheel.
I need to get back to my customers.
I was expecting some super awkward like silence, like he's just apologizing and then just keeps on waiting.
This isn't a game, Jenna. These people are dangerous.
Now you sound like my sister. Why is everyone so concerned about me? I can take care of myself. I need to go. I'm not a stripper. I don't get paid to stand around and look pretty.
Charming girl.
Yeah.
I'm busy. The other waitresses can help you.
Alright, back to Flux, I guess. Who are you?
If you've got questions about Jenna, meet me at C-Sec Academy.
Okay. Huh?
Are you talking to me?
Push off. I never did nothing to you. Damn newcomers. Think they can run the place.
That was odd. What was he trying to tell us?
I guess we'd better go find out.
Whoa, music. That is still very high. What is at the bottom of that? Where do we end up if we go all the way around here? Why is this the only walkway in this entire donut? Can we go up? No. Right, we need to go to CSEC. I don't think there's anything at the market. I just check. Holy. Oh. No. No. Yeah, just need charm. CSEC. Upper wards. That's somewhere around here then. The fan. The Doormat, Rita's sister. Dr. Chelik. Signal tracking. Financial district. Okay. So there's something here and then a bunch of stuff in CSEC.
Word on the street is that you've been busy. Congratulations on taking down Fist. I was sure he was a big player in anything going on here. Did you find anything in his office that could help me?
These OSDs might have the information you're looking for.
You've got Fist's files? This could be even bigger than I'd hoped. Here, Commander, for your trouble.
I can offer more.
What would my future cooperation be worth? Say, an interview when my investigation is over?
Exclusive? You talk to me before you talk to anyone else? That would be worth quite a bit, and I'd be very happy to compensate you accordingly. Here you are. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should go see what's on these discs.
Bye.
Yeah, what is it?
Why were you tossed out of there?
Doran didn't have a clue what I was doing. He assumed I was cheating.
You were cheating, though, weren't you?
I was just tipping the scales in my favor. It was an experiment.
Hello, sex.
It still sounds like cheating to me.
To you, maybe. But this device is merely intended to simulate situations and record results. Recording losses is easy, of course. Nobody notices those.
Why do you need to record these outcomes?
Ah, now you're getting to the heart of it. I've spent the last 5 years developing a system that can accurately predict wins and losses on the quasar.
5 years.
I just need a few more recorded wins and I can complete the algorithms.
Can you do that? Isn't that illegal?
It's illegal to use my system, but I won't use it. I'll sell it to others. I just need a few more wins recorded.
What's in this for me?
Keep your winnings. That should be payment enough, I think.
Does the device help me win?
The device is set to emit a frequency that will slightly increase your odds. Nothing like my system eventually will, but enough to allow you to record your wins more quickly.
Why don't you just sell the device then?
What? No. This device is archaic. It uses brute force to achieve its goal. Besides, you saw how easily it was detected. My system, when it's complete, will be far more efficient and completely undetectable.
I think I'll take my chances the old-fashioned way.
Suit yourself. Well, I have some calculations to do.
It's interesting how you can just not reject quests.
Ah, change your mind? You gonna help me?
Okay.
Can you do that? Isn't that
We've
illegal?
just had this
It's illegal to
conversation.
use my system, but I won't use it. I'll sell it to others. I just need a few more wins recorded.
I'll help you out.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this quest.
I suppose I could let you try it. Here you go. When you've recorded enough wins, it'll let you know. Of course, if you get caught with the device, well, you saw what happened to me. Well, off you go. That data won't collect itself.
Oh yeah.
What did you hear exactly?
More rumors about strange metal creatures with real AI, no doubt.
Yes, but there's more.
Yeah, there always is.
I heard they had some connection with a rogue Spectre.
Not this again.
Why is that so hard to believe?
Whatever you say. Just don't expect us to believe it too. Hey, any luck with Jenna?
She wouldn't discuss it with me, but I think I might have a lead.
That's great. Sorry about Jenna. She's always been like that. She won't learn until it's too late.
Rita, I've got an order for you.
Oh, I gotta go. Thanks again for looking into this.
Bye.
I'm waiting for someone else.
Who are you?
Hello again. Can I help you?
What can you tell me about the sisters working for you?
Well, Jenna left to work at Cora's den. Now her sister Rita is all worried she might be in some kind of trouble. Not much chance Jenna will change her mind, though. She's a stubborn one. If she wanted to come back, I'd take her in a second. The customers loved her.
I've got something you might be interested in.
Let me see that. You got that from Shells, didn't you? I saw him using it earlier. Tossed him out on his ass for it, too. Thanks for bringing this to me.
Cheaters shouldn't prosper.
I agree with you on that.
Yes.
Thanks again. Take a few shots at the Quasar. On the house.
Yeah, let's do it.
Enjoy your time here at Flux.
High stakes, Quasar. So 20. Alright, play. Yes. I have a feeling I'm not playing on the house. Yes. Alright, I win. This will put me at 14 if it's maxed. So add this. Oh yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. Ooh, I'm still turning a loss though. What is that? Allow this. There, broke even. I had my fun. What do you have to say?
I'd have to show you some of my dance moves. Sir.
She's already hitting on me.
You think it's expensive to live here?
Yes.
So, did you record 5 wins with the device yet?
Actually, I gave your device to Doran.
But that was years of work. What am I gonna do now?
You could put your talents to better use.
You're no help at all. This is absolutely the worst day of my life.
I know being a nice guy could be so funny. Alright. Where to next? CSEC. This is to the Presidium. CSEC. I'm gonna have to go soon now. I'm really tired and it's been past midnight. So I think I'll just take the elevator ride and talk to some people and then end it there. And then we'll talk to the council next time. And then from there also pick a new destination. Look at her knees. There's padding on her knees. What about Ashley's?
You okay, Tally? It looked like you got some dirty looks back there.
Many think less of Quarians for traveling in the flotilla and for creating the Geth. They see us as scavengers, little better than thieves.
That's sort of what I heard about your people. I guess you're not in any one place long enough for people to get to know you.
That's a good question. I guess casinos themselves are kind of scummy, but yeah.
Hello again. Did you have any luck finding Shorban?
I found out you've been lying to me, Jalid.
Ooh.
Lying?
Don't remember this.
Why would I lie to you?
What about the Keeper data?
He told you? I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I was afraid Shorban would kill me to get the data, so well, I was hoping you'd take care of him.
Asshole.
I can't let this continue any further. I'm reporting what you did.
But I can't. What will happen to the data when I'm gone? Who will carry on our research?
It's a shame, but you should have considered the consequences before you acted.
But this data could be used to unravel all the secrets of the Keepers. Think what we could learn about the Citadel.
Tali shouldn't know about this.
Tell me more about this data.
Well, it's still very preliminary, but our initial scans suggest the Keepers are as old as the Citadel itself. We might learn how the Citadel was built, or why the Keepers always rearrange things. The possibilities are limitless.
I can't let your actions go unpunished.
No, please. I'll do anything. I've got credits. Let me go and you can have them. All of them.
What's going on over here? Is this Volus causing you some trouble, Commander?
He's admitted to stealing data from his workplace.
Really? I think you'd better come with me.
But,
I'll take it from here, Commander. Thanks for your help.
But the data, you don't know what you've done.
All right, save it for your lawyer.
Do I want to? Where's my last load? Yeah, no. Oh, you're actually...
CSEC seems more like a military operation than a police force.
Alright, anyone else? This guy. Chelik?
Detective Chelik, come into my office. I want to discuss this in private.
Oh, this guy.
No offense, Commander, but what the hell were you thinking?
I don't follow you.
You could have blown Jenna's cover.
We were there to help her.
I gathered that. It might seem cold letting her take all the risk, but we're keeping a close eye on her.
Do you really need to risk her life to get the information you want?
This job isn't easy and it's usually unpleasant. I'll take help anywhere I can find it. But since you're so concerned with her safety, maybe there's a way we can help each other.
Always thinking ahead, Detective?
It's part of the job. Now, are you gonna help me or not?
I'll help you, but I need some details.
Trying to track down an illegal arms producer. I just need some of their... Thanks to Jenna's intel, I've learned there's a cellar here on the Citadel. Meet our man named Jax. Pick up the mods and bring them back here. That'll give me everything I need.
Note to self, on my next playthrough, leave every single fucking side quest for last. So I can gather enough of these talkie points.
I'll persuade Jax to tell me where these mods are coming from.
No. You tip Jax off and all my leads will disappear faster than you can say bad bust.
Bad bust.
Why are you so concerned about these mods?
We have access to some of the most sophisticated weaponry there is. It's what gives us our edge. What do you suppose happens when we lose that edge?
These give criminals an advantage we can't afford to let them keep.
Where can I find this Jax?
Jax is down in the lower level of the markets. I'll send word through our channels that you're the buyer. Good luck, Commander.
You too. Can I still persuade him?
Been to see Jax yet?
Tell me again where I can find him.
Jax is down in the lower level of the markets. I'll send word through our channels that you're the buyer. Good luck, Commander.
Okay, New Game Plus. Hello. Oh, this is that room with the big unfinished box that BioWare forgot to model and decorate. Yeah.
C-Sec seems more like a military operation than a police force.
When I first arrived on the Citadel, I spent nearly 3 hours being questioned by the officers here before they would let me enter the wards.
What else do we need to do? Something down here. Oh, what? Fuck that. That's it, I think. Speak with Shaira. Alright. Cool. Alright.
You, human. You the one they call Shepard?
Yes.
That's me, Commander Shepard.
The name's Rex. The Shadow Broker paid me a lot of money to get rid of Fist. Only you got there first.
You're welcome.
Sounds like I did your job for you.
When I get paid to do a job, I finish it. Alone.
I don't like where this is going.
But I didn't finish this job, Shepard. You did. So the payment is yours.
Yes, money.
You're going to pay me for getting rid of Fist?
I won't take credit for someone else's work. I transferred the payment into your account. I like the way you handled Fist. Now I hear you're going after Saren. I was thinking I should come along.
Why?
You're a bounty hunter. What do you get out of going after Saren?
I'm not in this for the money. I want to be where the action is. There's a storm coming, and you and Saren are right in the middle of it.
Why me? Saren's already got a lot of Krogan working for him.
Those aren't Krogan. They're servants. They grovel at Saren's feet to lick his boots, trading their freedom for promises of wealth and power. My people were a proud species once. Some of us still remember that. I won't bow down to Saren like the others.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
We'll take
it
you
is.
with us, Rex.
Smart move, Shepard.
I should take Garrus with me at some point. But for now, I'll stick with these people. Stupid mechanic. Oh! Assault rifle. Ashley. Yeah? You can't use assault rifles, but sure, take it. Shotgun. Yep. This is Omnigel. There we go. What's this? Omnigel. Yes. Pistols. Yep, take that. Omnigel. Yes. Sniper rifle? None. Sure, you have that, Tali. Upgrades? Holy. Ooh. Don't really need those. I need to get rid of these. Fire is larger, right? The fire slow down weapon will overheat more quickly. Combat sensor. Okay, I'll equip Tali with a combat sensor. And then also on her pistol. There. Ashley, what do you have? Combat sensor. I think it's a bit unnecessary now. There. Hello, Blackjack. Hello, Macadon. Thanks for the raid. I'm about to leave. And then I think the rest I can get rid of or sell, except for ammo. Cool. Right. Since I don't have charm yet, I think all of these I'll leave for later. So I'm done here, except for expose Saren. So I'll walk there. I'll go down the elevator. It's this one, but I'm not gonna hand in the quests because I'm tired. Ooh,
Coming up in a report later today, Emily Wong investigates corruption on the Citadel and uncovers a full-blown crime syndicate.
Oh, I know what I can do. I can talk to the Elcor. Do I really want to though? I can't be bothered. I'll have to go there at some point anyway, I guess. I'll do it then. Just walk. Oh, hello, sir. I do want to get rid of all my shit actually. There was a shopkeeper. Also I got money now. Let's go visit the shop. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about just playing through it at some point, trying to like see if I could take some notes on like 100%. But I chose to play this instead. But I'll probably do it like sometime next year. Shopkeeper.
Commander, it is good to see you again. Would you care to see some of its fantastic items today?
Bye.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be disappointed.
Standard items. Sell. Yeah. 3,000. That's nothing. What happened to Rex's money? I thought Rex gave me a big sum. What's this? Don't know what that is. Alright, I am very tired, so I'm going to end it here. Yeah, I'm going to end it here. Squad. When's my next level up? Soon. Codex. That's a lot of stuff to read and listen to. Save. Yeah, I think it would be better to, or more fun for me, to compare notes after. Like, I wasn't really super interested in like speedrunning it, but I was like, you know, if I'm gonna do a 100% playthrough, I can at least take notes. And I also wanna look at that trick with the fresh fish. It's not really a trick, just different routing. I'm gonna do some timing on that, and I need saves for that. Yes. Oh hey Lisa Badcat, thank you. Yeah, thanks for yeah, it will be long, but you know, I've done long runs before. It wouldn't be that. It's just, you know, can I be bothered? But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and no stream tomorrow. Yeah, no stream tomorrow or tonight, whatever. Tuesday, I'm doing Catane. I will be on the bomb. We're doing a 50 module bomb, so that's going to be actually a good watch. I would recommend that. Wednesday is maybe a stream. I have nothing planned for Wednesday. Thursday, I'm probably definitely going to take off, and then Friday is going to be San Andreas 100%. So stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys on one of those days. Have a good one. Bye bye.